Hey everybody, it's Joric. Welcome back. I hope you're doing great wherever you are in the world. Enjoying another sunny, beautiful, crystal clear day here in Phoenix, Arizona. But I wanted to talk about Portugal because as we spent 5 years there, and we still are finishing the sale of our property there, and we'll go back from time to time to visit friends that we have there. I wanted to talk about immigration, and for those of you that watch this channel, because there's been a lot of Portugal heavy content over the years. Those of you that are looking to immigrate to Portugal in, let's say, 2025, and you're getting that ball started and the ball rolling, I wanted to just show you a couple of screenshots. The immigration process, so the AIMA, that body is just not doing a very good job at all at handling cases. Now, to be fair to them, the body that we were immigrated under, the agency that handled it, was called SEF, and many of you have seen videos that I made and others have made about SEF, but they transitioned to the AIMA, and the difficulty is, and it's not the AIMA's fault, they inherited a few 100,000 cases of backlog on the immigration, and on top of that, you had people that paid a lot of money in these things called golden visas, and for real estate in Portugal, can't do it anymore. You can do golden visa for other reasons, but it's noted in one of these articles that people have been waiting 4 more years to get the golden visa, which doesn't exist anymore because of the processing times and the paperwork and how AIMA just doesn't function very well at all as an immigration service, whether it was SEF when we immigrated or the AIMA, the AIMA now. It's terrible. The Portugal's immigration system is, I think it's an embarrassment to the country. It's absolutely terrible. There's a lot of people that want to get to Portugal, whether it be for retirement. Many of you watch for the D7 visa. There are many people that are coming from conflict nations, so Ukraine, countries in Africa that are trying to get they're refugees, immigrants just trying to get to a better way of life and trying to do so in Portugal. So as more people are applying each year to get into the country, they haven't, although the government said that they're adding more staff, they haven't actually added more staff. I talked to a representative last week who lived in one building over from us in Lisbon, and she was able to give me, here's what the newspaper says, here's what the government says, and here's what's really going on. And they haven't added more people to help anything, and they haven't done anything to address the backlog, the 300,000 to 400,000 cases. So you have people several years later still waiting for a golden visa that was supposed to be fast tracked per the whole golden visa model when it was around for real estate. There are still people who now, this is 4 years later since Brexit, that were grandfathered into certain things, being British but living in Portugal, still waiting for final identification cards. So where I'm going with this is, if your destination is Portugal and that's where you're looking to move to and immigrate to, you need to start the immigration process now. So this is the fourth quarter of 2024, and you got to cross your fingers that things get done in your country and that appointments get set and upheld in Portugal. What I've also found is numerous U.S. people here this fall, since we've moved back to the U.S., have contacted me because when they have their appointment in the U.S., part of that appointment and that approval gives them a date to appear in Portugal for the back half, the confirmation to become a resident in Portugal. There are over 30, and I'm tallying it up here. There are 31 people that have reached out to me since we left on August 31st saying, hey, so we got to Portugal and the appointment that we were supposed to have got canceled or got pushed back or it got reassigned, they said, with no future date. So they're in limbo, even though they left the U.S. with a date to be able to meet with EMA in Portugal and finish things up. They're now trying to scramble for a secondary appointment or a third appointment or in some cases a fourth appointment because of cancellations and pushbacks. I would highly recommend you get an attorney. If you can do it yourself, it's a DIY for many countries, but we got an attorney early on in the process to help us, and I think it's worth the investment, especially with the quagmire and the problem that is Portugal immigration. Doing it yourself, you'll get bald very quickly, and I think it's worth investing in an attorney to be able to help you through this process and maybe cut through some of the baloney that goes on, because it's an absolute nightmare for the thousands of people that want to retire to Portugal and want Portugal to be their home. This is a terrible first impression. And for those people that are just trying to get out of the craziness of their own country and they just want a safer and a better place to be, Portugal's not as inviting when it comes to the immigration. I think well-intentioned, but when it comes to actual execution, it's terrible. And that's it's horrific is what it is. So please plan now. If you're looking to go to Portugal, get the ball rolling and get an attorney involved so that you have less headaches. And the attorney can help with those headaches when they come, because they're going to come. As always, thank you so much for watching and enjoy your travels.